So it's been going pretty good. In this video, I plan on finishing up the floor pans, getting them all wrapped up. And then I want to look into the quarter panels and see a little bit more of what's been patched there. So before we send it off to the stripper, I'm going to use my large stripping disc. I guess a lot of people call it metal conditioner. Going to use that to tear some of that paint off and see what we got underneath. But other than that, once the floors are done, it's pretty much ready to head off to the stripper and get naked. So I will get busy on it, and hope you watch till the end and let me know what you think. Put stuff in the comments, how you think it's going, like the work I'm doing, or if you think I should do something different or whatever. So all right, I'm gonna get busy, and we'll see you later. Ready to get this first section welded in. You can see I really cut it down. It's not even half of what it was for up here. Got everything all pretty well prepped. The patch panel for this side, here's what I cut off, did have that hole in it. The driver's side was missing. So I was able to use that to help line everything up. That and the beads here that are in the panel. So yeah, this is pretty much good to go. I just gotta set this panel on to here and then clean out where my welds gotta go, and we'll get it welded in. I don't think I ever showed on the other side when I had it just tacked. So there's tacks, just start 2 inches apart. Try to keep the gaps pretty tight. You can see right on that one I got a little wide, but I'll be able to fill that in. But yeah, I want to keep them pretty close, pretty tight. See, I started out with the welder a little hot right here, burnt through there. Like I said, I usually set a little hotter than you would think you need it. So yeah, now I'm ready to weld in these plugs. And then, keep tacking and tacking. This is all tacked, so just, maybe this being a floor pan, a guy could do, an inch or so and then go on, but you're just going to warp the heck out of it. So I'm just going to keep tacking. I'll just beat one tack after another. I'll probably do about 3 tacks here, then go over to here about 3 tacks, and go over here about 3, and do that all the way around, and then come back and start over here and just keep going round and round till she's done. So all right, I'll get her all welded in. Well, one step closer to finishing up this floor. Got this rear section all in and all wrapped up, welds all cleaned up. Came out really well. Boy, these spots went in really nice, the plug welds on this. My gap was a little wide back right in there, but otherwise nice and tight pretty much all the way around. A little wide right here in the middle too. It's kind of tough to cut them and fit them just exact, but I try to keep it around a 16th, maybe a little less. Some of that got up to probably 3/32. But let me take this stuff out. We'll look at the other side. Flip her up. So yeah, there's underside. Came out really nice. Real good penetration on all these plugs. Same with them over there. The seam here is pretty well hid just along here, otherwise it's under there. And a lot of it behind this bracing here. So I went a little lower on this side than I did on this side. It was kind of nice, stayed away from the seatbelt reinforcements a little bit. But yeah, this is another section in. Now we just gotta clean and prep this under here, and same with this metal that we left. And then we'll get the risers prepped and get them put back in. And we're done with this floor pan. Well, would you just look at that? This side's done. Came out really nice. I liked the way this went in, you know, leaving that center section in, just patching the front and rear separate. I think worked really nice. Like I say, this metal under here was perfect. And then this just sat right back in exactly as it came out. This fitted really nice too. I did have to make a patch along the bottom edge there of this piece. This whole side back here, there was a big mouse nest underneath the seat. And I think that created a little more rust here than the other side had. And you can see two spots right there. The spot welds from the factory left kind of divots, and I think the mouse pest sat in them and rusted it pretty good there. So I just used a hole saw to drill out the spot weld and cut out a section of the floor pan. Used the same hole saw to cut out some new sheet metal, welded that in. So that's good and solid now. We'll flip her up, look underneath. That's all good. Once we get her primed and undercoated, should hardly be able to tell anything was done. That's what we want. We want it to look stock or original. Not stock necessarily, but original. Well, there's still a lot of dirt falling out of these frame rails. The car came from up northern Minnesota and spent some time on some gravel roads. So yeah, now with floor pan in, I might do a little more stripping of this just to see more of what's going on underneath here before it goes to get stripped from the plastic media. But well, got the heat cranking today. It's the oil burner. And wanted to show you some stuff we found. So I did a little more stripping with the big rotary stripper. Yeah, there's been quite a bit of patching here. They cobbled the patch in here and just dented the heck out of it. It's well over a 1/4 inch of mud I took out of there. Then it looks like they patched in around here. And just this is all dented and warped to heck. Looks like some brazing up along here. And you can see a split seam here. They never did weld together. But unfortunately, it looks like it gets up into here. I was hoping this body line would be untouched. But you can see it's just flat here from this point. So we get down into here, and this whole bottom has been patched. That's not too big a deal. I'll probably just use the quarters that we got with the car and just probably cut it right along like this or something. Put in a new piece. I think I can actually keep it down below the trunk floor, so don't even have to worry about finishing the weld on the inside. And the other side here, pretty much the same. Lift her up a little more here. So yeah, this whole corner's been patched. Looks like they did 2 patches right here. And just the mud does taper back, so this side I may be able to kind of do what they did, but just do a better job hopefully. Up here too, but here they did manage to leave the body line alone, so hopefully I can fix this up. Probably same thing. I think I'll probably cut the patches out of the quarters. I'm debating on making my own piece to go around here, but we'll see. And then again, some patching here, but nothing out into here, nothing into the vents. So not terrible, but the other side is a little worse than I was hoping. So yeah, we get the floors finished up. Well, we'll get the whole car stripped, and then we'll get into this. Oh, and another thing I need to do is this floor patch. These holes aren't cut out, so I'll take the factory floor pan and use that to make sure I cut this the right size to fit the original plugs. So, all right, we'll get back at it. I just thought I'd show you some other stuff I found. I think I'll probably just end the video here. This one I think is going to be pretty short, but it will conclude the sheet metal work on the floor. And maybe next we'll see it getting loaded up to the head of the blaster. So, all right, thanks for watching, and hope you continue to watch and follow along as we get this thing built. Thanks a lot. See you later.